A memorial sits atop Cleeve Common, near to where Halifax MZ311 came down on the 26th of August, 1944.
The maximum range is approximately 3,000 miles. Half that distance is still a long way into Mr. Hitler's country.
It had been returning from a mission to lay mines off the coast of La Rochelle when it crashed. The cause is still unknown. On board were Flight Sergeant John McArdle and Sergeant Emmanuel Harris from the RAF, and from the Royal Canadian Air Force, Flight Lieutenant Charles Howes, Pilot Officer Hugh Hamilton, and Flying Officers Elton Freeman, John Glenn and George McCartney. All were killed. Anne and Bernard, who still lived near the Common, were school children at the time and went to see the crash site.
I found bits of oxygen mask and it's just all scattered debris everywhere. But the body of the thing and the plane and the wing and the engine were all, they were all lying about. Very tragic.
And Bernard still has his diary from the time, written when he was 14.
My sister Edith and Margaret and I took the evacuees through Prestbury. We saw crashed Halifax. It was a very bad crash and all the Canadian crew were killed. And there's a little drawing of an engine, a fuselage and a wing, all separated.
When Anne went, most of the Halifax had been taken away, but the tragedy was tangible.
There was debris spread over a huge area. And what I remember most of all was the bundles of silvery tape, which I think you call chaff. Very, very sad. The whole community, it affected everybody. There was a great, great sadness over the whole area that this should have happened.
Today, there's no evidence of what happened apart from the memorial, but 4 years ago, there was an incredible discovery.
This is, as far as we know, the sole remaining fragment of Halifax Mark III MZ311.
The artefact was found protruding from the ground amongst some gorse bushes.
We definitely know it's a part of a Halifax bomber. First of all, it's very light. And secondly, if you clean it up a bit, it has serial numbers stamped on the part down there. And that digit, those digits, we talked to the Yorkshire Air Museum, where they have a reconstructed Halifax and still have all the original drawings, and they're able to confirm that this is indeed part of a Halifax aircraft.
In August, on the 80th anniversary of the crash, the Cheltenham branch of the RAF Association is holding a commemorative service here at the site where the Halifax bomber came down. And in attendance that day will be members of the Canadian aircrew's family. They're coming to the UK to pay tribute to the men who died here and to remember what happened here in 1944. Steve Knibbs, BBC Points West on Cleeve Common.